This is the Strong Board, the craziest balance tool that I think I might have ever found. I've done a lot of research and I've actually used quite a few of these different kinds of equipment. You've got your Bosu balls, you've got your sideboards, all sorts of different ways of creating instability while doing a movement. This is one of the coolest ones I found. It's essentially two very strong pieces of plastic that are very durable. They're about an inch and a half thick, and they are supported by 4 steel springs that move with your body as you try to do exercises. This can be a wide array of different exercises, upper body, lower body. You can do conditioning on it. You can do any kind of an isometric hold, something to where you really want to just drive home the balance portion of that exercise. You can't go wrong with a Strong Board. I gotta say, I mean, I only found this company, they reached out to us about 2 weeks ago. I'd never even heard of them, but it's just one more way of realizing that the industry is becoming so diverse with the different kinds of options that you have as far as purchasing. Let's get into this. As you guys know, when we do our product reviews, we do them based on 4 categories: pricing, usage, footprint, and customer service. Let's start with the pricing. So this guy it's exceptionally well made, but it's not cheap. It's $280. So this, as far as a balance piece of equipment goes, I feel like all balance equipment needs to be compared to the Bosu ball. The Bosu ball was kind of one of the first pieces of equipment to come out with this sort of technology where you've got the imbalance platform going on, where you've got something sturdy where you're standing on, and then something like unsturdy that you're moving along with. So compared to that, this is about $100 more. But I gotta say, I think it's worth it. I think this is a superior product to the Bosu ball. I think it can handle a lot more load, and it has a lot bigger range of motion left to right. As I move to the left, I can literally turn my entire body over. Take, for example, the push-up. If I'm in a push-up and I go down and then I go over to the right, I can move my entire body to where my shoulders are no longer square, and I can just really, really work if I want to hit that isometric off-balance type of exercise. So for that, I'm going to give it a 6.1. That's not a bad score. You know, anything above 5 is definitely in the positive column, and for being what it costs versus what it does, it's not a bad price. Certainly, it's a bit of an investment for this kind of equipment. If you wanted to, you know, take this to the park, you wanted to do classes with it, you're going to spend money on this, but it has stood the test of time with us, at least thus far, and it does seem like a very quality product. So let's talk about usage. So this has a very, very wide array of different movement patterns that you can do. As I mentioned, I can do lower body, I can do upper body, balance, isometrics. You can do all kinds of different exercises, all kinds of different muscle groups. Anything that you want to do can be made more difficult with the use of a really good balance piece of equipment. And that's what this is. This creates instability. It's an instability creator. And with that comes a wide array of different movement patterns. So as far as usage, I'm going to give this an 8.4. It's a really high score. Really high score. Again, I think it's awesome. I think it does a lot. And I think it's, I think it's a very diverse piece of equipment. So let's go to the next category, which is footprint. So that is where this guy definitely receives its lowest score. It's not huge to where it's like a giant inconvenience, but it's not small either. And honestly, it's kind of difficult to store. Like a lot of my stuff, when I get it, where I'm at, I have to figure out a place to put them on the wall. But with this guy, you really have kind of a blocky area here for being a balanced piece of equipment. I've got to figure out a place to do this, to prop this up against the wall. One small critique I would have made for them if I was designing this myself, I would have put maybe some hooks, or not hooks, but some kind of an anchor apparatus on the back here to allow this to be hung from a wall. If I'm a home gym owner and I have something like this, well, okay, now I got to find a place to just sort of set this. and it's an awkward shape to where it doesn't like just fit in the corner. You've got to find a home for it. Not a big, make or break deal for a lot of people, and really and truly because it is, weirdly shaped, it may not go everywhere you want it to go, and it might be a bit of a pain to drag it to the park, especially if you were leading a class and you wanted to do more than one of these. It would be just inconvenient enough size to where that might not be your best option. But that being said, it's not crazy. I'm going to give it a 4.9. It's just, barely below average as far as its footprint goes. But like I said, it's still got a very good score so far. The last one is customer service. As you guys know, with our customer service score, if we've had a problem or a dilemma or some kind of an issue that people have gone out of their way to solve for us, they will get higher than a 5, versus if there has been a problem, a dilemma, or an issue where the company has not addressed it, or they have, in my opinion, not held up their side professionally, they'll get below a 5. So this company, they did great. I have nothing to say in either direction. They get a 5. A 5 is a very good score for customer service. They sent this out to us. That was awesome of them. 5.0 for the customer service. They've done a great job. Haven't had an issue with them that they had to resolve, but that's only because their product is very well made and nothing is broken or anything like that. Didn't come broken. It was well shipped, although we didn't get to do the unboxing. Truthfully, I forgot. But the Strongboard, outstanding piece of equipment, 6.1 overall score. It's very diverse. Its usage is by far its strongest suit. I do recommend this, especially if you guys are limited and you only want to get like the best imbalanced piece of equipment. I would go with a Strongboard. I would go with a Strongboard over a Bosu ball. I would go with a Strongboard over a sideboard because of the difficulty level. A sideboard is going to take you more time to master, more time to do. That one piece of cautionary advice I will give with this: when you try this for the first time, have something near you to where you can grab on and get onto the board itself. Getting on the board the first time you do it, it'll take you for a loop. You don't really understand how much movement this is going to create when you step onto it. So be ready for that. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Thank you guys so much for watching our content. If you like it and want to see more, please click the link and subscribe. Also, our merch is finally live. We're so excited. We've got our first 2 designs, Conquer Your Workout and Be Your Best Variant, which I have here in white. I will put the link in the description below.